sitting for a while, so I did bring the jumper cables with me, and if it does not start, because you know how the batteries can go, I do have my aerator handy, right? And so we're gonna jump start this thing, but let's go see if it actually will start before we get into it. Well, it might actually start. Oh, almost did not. Oil change required. Tire pressure low, because it's been sitting. The tires probably do need to get some air. So it is a 2014 Ninjas. It's an F250, 6.2 liter V8, as I mentioned. It's got 66,594. First of all, let's go over the truck. The truck is a 2014, and I've used it since day one for lawn care, and pulling a trailer and pulling lawn care equipment. It's never done anything else besides that. Got brand new tires. I think I went through a couple of tires throughout these last 4 years. Did not get used much at all this season. And it's a great truck. I have nothing to say bad about it. Now, when I did have a second crew, this is the truck that I gave to them to use. And shortly after they used it for the season, and I found out that, you know, what was going on, and long story short, that's not what this video is about, but I fired all of them and I went back down to one crew, and that was just me and the guys who were with me. And then shortly after that, the transmission gave me issues. So when you give your truck to a individual that does not show respect for your equipment, who knows what happened, right? I don't know, but all I know is when I got the truck, when I fired them, the truck has not been acting the same since. And then all of a sudden the the gears started to give me trouble. Luckily, the truck is still under warranty, and it was at the time, and it is still now. So I took it back to Ford. I told them, you know, I have issues. The gears something's not right. You know, they're not switching gears the way they should. They checked it out, and they told me I needed a new transmission. So a new one, rebuilt, whatever, however you want to call it. So they put a new transmission in here, or at least new parts to where it's a rebuilt transmission. So technically, guys, it's 66,000 miles, but the new transmission probably has 500 miles to 1,000, okay, give or take. So, because ever since that got fixed, I parked it shortly after, and then I ended up buying Tiny. It's a great truck. The engine never gave me any trouble except batteries that would die. I think my first battery was 3 years into it, and this is the second battery. And they died. That first one died just, I guess, from just 3 years usage, and then also just sitting in the cold, guys. This is a new battery, and it died on me last time when I tried to just start it and let it run. But that's because it's been sitting in the cold the last couple of weeks, and it got really cold here quickly. Anyway, but the truck itself is great. Plenty of power. This thing is phenomenal on power. This engine is a beast, man. I'm not kidding. I do have a K&N air intake filter on it, and I noticed when I installed that it made a dramatic difference in power. Also, the sound, the engine finally broke in, so the sound is just so nice, deep, and it's got that roar to it. Arrgh. But and, you know, definitely a powerful truck. Now, does it use some gas? Of course, it's a 6.2 liter V8. What do you expect? You know, we're not talking about a 4-cylinder here, so it does use some gas. But that's what you get when you're looking for power, and you know, it's a big V8 truck. It is a regular cab XL package, of course, which is your basic. It's got the power windows, power door locks, and, you know, things of that nature. As you can see, it's got cruise control, power windows, power door locks. And it is a regular cab truck. So here's the decisions that I'm having to make moving into 2019. Do I keep the truck as a backup, which is what I've been doing obviously this summer, or do I let it go? Trade it in or sell it for another 4-door. And here's my thing, guys. I'm always going to have 2-3 guys with me moving forward. It's to the point where, you know, even just me and another guy is not enough. I mean, I can get by with me and one more person, but I really need 2-3 people with me, 2 max, or 2 at least, and especially in the middle of the season. And I think if something was to happen to Tiny, whether it be mechanical breakdown, right? It can happen. Trucks are trucks, you know, and it's man-made. This truck would be the backup. Well, what if I, during that time, just happens to be in the middle of the season, this Tiny something, or I get into an accident, right? It could just be whatever. God forbid, I hope not, but, you know, you never know. And then I have to use this truck to continue moving forward while Tiny gets fixed or whatever, while the whole, whatever the situation is. If it's just me and another guy, you can see it's not a problem. And I know this comes up and you got a whole nother seat there. But what if it's, excuse me, what if it's me and 2 other guys? I've used it before when I started YouTube. A lot of you loyal ninjas who've been with me from the beginning, you guys remember when there was 3 of us in this truck. And, you know, it sucked. I'm not gonna lie. I'm sure it sucked for the people that were with me, and it sucked for me. Because when you're in the middle of the summer, you're sweating, you're hot, and you just, when you get in the truck, you don't want to be next to anybody. But we made it work, and I made it work for years. Not necessarily just this last year when I started the YouTube, but I made it work for years. You know, I've had this thing now 4 or 5 years. The truck is paid for, by the way. I wanted to throw that out there. The truck is paid for, and I'm thinking I should do something about it now while it still holds some value. You know, trucks, any vehicle, they depreciate as older they get, whether you use them or whether they sit. They depreciate. That's just what it is. So I was thinking to make a move on it, but I wasn't sure. So I wanted to ask you, what do you guys think? But I was thinking to make a move on it while it's still of somewhat of a value. And if you're asking, but Nick, how much is it worth? The truck, you know, to not do the whole give and take, because it's got a little gap, you know. It's not a perfect truck. I mean, it's a work truck, but anyway, it's in the range of around $20,000 still what it's worth. Maybe a little less, maybe a little more. Probably around let's say between 18 to 20,000, okay? And it's still got plenty of life. It's got plenty of value to it that I'm happy with. You know, you got a truck 4 years old and it's paid for, and then 4 years, you know, later it's paid for and it still holds its value at around 20 grand. That's really good. So it's a great truck. The downfall of it, or why I'm even considering, a lot of you are already going to know where I'm headed with this, is that it's a 2-door. It's a freaking 2-door, and that's the problem. If this truck was a 4-door, I don't care if this is not a 4-wheel drive, by the way, and I don't care that it's not. But if this was not even, you know, not a 4-wheel drive, but if this was just a 4-door truck, I would be okay with it. If this was just a 4-door truck, 4-wheel drive comes in handy. I'm not gonna lie. Ever since I got Tiny, that's really sweet. But it doesn't matter. I made this thing work for many years. If it was just a 4-door, it does have a sliding window. You can see I got a lot of garbage in the back, just a lot of cardboard and some wood I got to throw away. And we're gonna do a little walk around again, guys, and show you a little bit more of the engine. I'm letting the truck obviously run a little just because I don't use it a lot. I tend to want to start it more often in the winter than I do in the summer, just because it gets cold. And as you can see, you got a little compartment there, got 2 drinks, cup holders, and you got 2 more down here, so that's a total of 4. Great radio, and then of course your glove box, and you know, everything works, guys. Everything works on this truck, and it's got new tires. I did spend about $1,000 and I put new tires on it. I want to say right before I got Tiny, or right around the time when I did get Tiny, this was needing new tires, and I just did it. But other than that, let me know what you think. What would you do? Would you try to sell it locally? You know, just put an ad up, Facebook, Craigslist, whatever. Or would you trade it in? I think last time that I checked, the dealership was like offering me $13,000 to $15,000 in trade-in. I felt like that was not enough, considering the truck is worth more. But it's not a bad trade, I guess, considering that it's paid for, 1, and 2, I could get a 4-door truck, not brand new. I'm not interested in buying a brand new truck, but I could probably get a 4-door truck with you know, similar miles, even if it's got a little more miles, it's a 4-door, maybe a 4-wheel drive, maybe not, and trade it in. What do you guys think? Let me know on that. You know, would you trade it in? Would you keep it? Would you sell it? I want your opinion on it, okay? I'm asking what you guys would do. So the engine just now lowered the idle down because it was really cold. All right, let's go check it out some more. Let's walk around. I'll show you the engine a little bit more. It is dirty. It's super dirty. But we have something to clean that with. Super dirty or super clean? Reminded me of that video that we made a while back. Definitely could use a wash. And this is the 850 crank amp, cold crank amp battery. So this is the big boy. I think the factory that came with it was like 650, I think. And so when I was buying a new one, they asked me if I wanted to upgrade, and I told them yes. There you have it, ninjas. Look at that, a freaking yellow jacket. Look at that. But it's one heck of a truck, man. It really is. And a lot of you have been asking if I had an enclosed, maybe some of you new guys who haven't been with me on my channel for a while. I do have an enclosed trailer, I just don't use it. Actually, I use it for storage temporarily until I get a shed. So it's full of stuff in there now, but anyway. Here's my push mower. Sprinkles are coming in. They are calling for rain tomorrow, like 100% all day. So obviously not much of a pump Monday to look forward to, just because there's nothing we can do. I do have a trailer, dump trailer. I'll show it to you on my way back to the house. It's full of stuff. I've got, you know, shrubbery in there and leaves I just have not had a chance to take to the dump, and I got to get that unloaded. So maybe if I catch a dry moment tomorrow, I'll hook Tiny up to it and take it. If not, maybe Tuesday, we'll see. They're pretty much calling for rain. Besides tomorrow, 100%, they're calling the rest of the week like 40 to 50%. So it's just gonna be a wet week. So, you know, I gotta do that, but not much of work, I don't think, tomorrow. So, you know, I'll make a video about something. We'll do something. But guys, let me know what you think. I love this truck. This truck, you know, me and this truck have a history together. We've gone through a lot and we've seen it all, you know, and this thing is still going strong. It is paid for, and I feel like if I was to make a move, I need to do it very soon. Thank you for watching. That's it for today. I just want to talk to you guys about that. I didn't really do anything, just sitting at home on Granny's couch and playing some video games. A lot of you who may know, may not, I'm a big video gamer. I just don't have the time to do it during the summer because we're so busy. But I play video games religiously, especially during the winter. It's just like my little getaway. It's something that I do for myself. I've been a big gamer ever since I was younger, and I don't think I'm ever gonna let it go. I got just about every system there is, and about 500 games or so combined. I mean, I've got a lot of games, and every system there is just about. So that's all I've been doing, and probably gonna go do just that into tomorrow if it does rain. But that's my hobby. What do you guys do when you need? I know you guys have some hobbies, right? I mean, you can't just be into the lawn care thing. I understand during the season and you're hustling and working hard, but when things slow down, besides spending time with your family, friends, but after that, what do you do? What do you do on your own? You got to have some form of a hobby, whether it's, you know, video gaming or four-wheelers, motorcycles, what, you know, let me know on that as well. But guys, I'm out of here.